Good morning, YouTube. How are you? That's good. I needed that coffee. It's early. So today is Thursday, January 24th. I'm JB, and welcome to another edition of What's On Today with Discovery Bay. I love that. Thank you, Bueller. Your YouTube comic content channel guide, and I nailed that one too. Okay, first up, I want to give a quick recap of some of yesterday's highlights, and these videos are available now. So I think I'm too far over this. Let me get over here. Things are about to start popping. You ready? Here we go. So, first up on the recap, I've got AFTA Comics channel. I've never heard of them before, but I found them yesterday, and wow, they blew my mind. So, AFTA Comics is doing a series titled The Origins of AFTA Comics, and I caught in on part 3, and I had to immediately go check out part 1 and part 2, and I suggest you do the same. Okay, next up, I've got Mr. Miracle Comic. Mr. Miracle Comics presents Silver, Surfer, and Galactus key books. 2 hot characters to add to your collection. Now, the reason I'm putting this one on there is he actually had them all, and that was cool. Not only is he saying, hey, these are the numbers for your Fantastic Four series, or in the Silver Surfers, he had them all. That was cool. So I really enjoyed that. Hadn't seen his stuff before. Mr. Miracle Comics, go check him out. So next up on the recap, we've got Brian over at Simpleman's Comics. He released his weekly picks video for comic books releasing on January 30th. Excuse me. Alright, so a couple more. Next up on my recap, last night, Chad 90MF Comics has a series called Herald of Comics, and Chad meets up with Seth from MCE, and they go hunting at Tate's Comics. And this whole thing's set to music, so it's kind of cool, you know? It's got a nice little rhythm to it, and they're going walking through the comic store, and they got the music going, and then they come back and they talk about the haul. Okay, the last item on the recap. If you're not already subbed to KatRen Figures, you're missing out, okay? Her comic reviews are so good. They're delivered with passion, page by page. She's telling you the story, and in this last episode that broke last night, she's reviewing Hex Wives 3. It's a must-see. Go check it out. All right, let's jump into today's lineup. We got a good one, and it starts first thing in the morning at 7 a.m. Economics and Comics is presenting his review of the movie Serenity. You want to see what... This side? I don't know which side it is. I think it's this side. One of these sides has a picture, and I don't think he liked it. Okay, next up, at 9 a.m., my boy Metarog. Metarog has the weekly contest roundup. Now, if you haven't seen this weekly, there's a lot of contests. And there's a lot of work keeping these things, all straight, and I really appreciate you, Metarog. Okay, next up, at noon, and I guess that's my new thing, huh? Next up, I gotta stop doing that, because it's already starting to irritate me. And I want to say it again, and I'm not going to. Okay. Next item, the next show. At 10 a.m., we've got Guitars and Comics. And do I really have Guitars and Comics? I don't know. He told me he was going to release something today, and that time, it was open. So I just kind of threw it in there. It's going to make the lineup look good, whichever side that's on. So Guitars and Comics gave me the heads up he was going to do a top 10 video release with his kids. If you haven't seen Guitars and Comics, they're really cute, these videos with the kids. But I actually checked him out yesterday over on Instagram, because he does, he's on both, and he plays the guitar. Man, I'm really looking forward to his videos on YouTube where he's actually doing both. We get a little bit of guitar, maybe we get a little bit of kids. We'll see. Anyway, that's what I'm looking for. At noon, I'll just go right into the at. So at noon, the Comic Chief is coming actually, I gotta tell you about this one. This is my 15th episode. Every day that I've been on, the Comic Chief has been on. He's been on every day. What broke this morning? He's got updated graphics on his stuff, kind of doing this kind of thing like I'm doing, but a little bit better. Go check him out. He's got, at 12 noon, the Comic Chief is coming with upgraded graphics, and today he brings us another installment in his review of Brian Michael Bendis' The Man of Steel. He's on issue number 3. I've actually read this series. It was okay. I mean, I know you love-hate on Bendis, but yeah, I thought it was alright. Okay. At 3:30 p.m., all these times are Pacific. I think we talked about that. At 3:30 p.m., Regie Simmons presents Nerd Alert, Project Organization. Is popping. And everything Reggie's putting out has been good. A lot of good knowledge in there. So I'm definitely going to head over there at 3:30 p.m. my time and see what he's got to say. Probably be pretty good. Okay, now we're getting into the nighttime. You know what that means? Live streaming, live chat. Let's go. First thing up, we've got 7 p.m. Pacific Standard Time over at All About Comics. JP and the gang present Comics and Cold Ones, and I think the name kind of tells you everything you need to know. Okay, Comics and Cold Ones. 7 p.m. also over at Tony Sanders. He's got a really cool show. I don't know what episode this is. I think it's early. I think it's maybe episode 2 or 3, but it's called What's Your Grail? And his special guest is the boy who had 7. I've seen some of his books. He's got some good stuff, man. I'm interested to find out what is his grail that he's got. Okay, and to close out the night, it's 7:30 p.m., another live stream, this time from Unpressable Defects. This is their 140th episode. Congratulations, guys. Coy and his friends, they're talking comics, they're having a good time. I'm going to be there tonight. If you want to be there, come join us in the chat. Okay, that's it for today's show. I hope you liked it. If you did, go ahead and hit the thumbs up. Share it. That's really important, I'm coming to find out in this whole YouTube ether, you know, as if you share it. That's kind of cool. Drop me a comment below if you like where I'm going with this. Or if you don't, or if I missed something, or if I blundered, which I'm doing a lot. Don't forget, we had a good time.